Steve from Olympia Fitness and Performance in Cranston, Rhode Island. Today we're going to go through a golf warm-up. This is a warm-up that we prescribe to a lot of our golfers that come in here. This is something that you can take to the course with you before you go out and practice or play. So we're going to have Maura demonstrate all the exercises for us today. We're going to start at the shoulders and we're going to kind of work our way down from there. First exercise we're going to have to do is an external rotation with a reach. So she's starting with her hands straight out in front. She's going to pull her hands back. As she pulls her hands back, she's squeezing the shoulder blades together. And then from here we go into our external rotation where she brings her hands up and then reach straight up from there. Coming back down, and then she's going to roll forward and reach forward again. We're going to perform this variation for about 10 reps, and then we'll move on to the next one. Next exercise, we're still working on the external rotations, but we're going to add in a trunk twist with this one. So Maura's going to start with her arm out to the side here. She's going to rotate that hand up toward the ceiling again, just like we did on the last exercise, but as she does that, she's also rotating her trunk. Alright, so we're trying to keep the hips, see we got a hand on our hip here, trying to keep the hips relatively stable as we separate the shoulder and pull the shoulder back as we rotate the hand back. We're going to do that for 10 reps on each side as well. With her trunk twist, I want to have her set up with an athletic position, slate bend in the knees. Her arms are going to be out to the side for this exercise. And then she's going to drive through her legs to help rotate her body. Right here. She's going to use the legs to help rotate her body as opposed to just having the upper body moving by itself. We're going to do this for about 10 to 15 reps, and as you get a little more comfortable, you can start moving a little bit faster with it. Generally want to start off kind of slow with this one, kind of controlled, and then as you loosen up, make it a little bit quicker. You can do 10, 15, 20 reps of that, whatever you need to start feeling comfortable in that movement. After that, we're going to start getting into some lower body movements. We're going to start off with a split squat, so I'm going to have Maura face me. She's going to start off with a nice long lunge stance, so you're going to watch as she drops down, this front heel is going to stay nice and flat on the ground. That back knee comes close to the ground, doesn't touch. She stops right before and then come right back up from there. You're just going to keep your feet in place and come straight up and down. Do that for 10 reps and then switch sides and do 10 reps on the other side. And she's going to go through a hurdle progression where she's stepping forward and backwards while staying in place at the same time. So she's going to swing her hips open and then close them back up. You can see that she's keeping her shoulders square as she moves her legs. That way we get a little bit of that association of the hips and shoulders through the movement. We're going to do about 10 reps forward, 10 reps backwards, then switch legs, do 10 reps forward and backwards on that one as well. After we've loosened up a little bit, now we're going to go into a more aggressive adductor stretch where we're going to work on Spidermans. So for the Spidermans, you have to get down into a push-up position. And then from that push-up position, she's going to lift her inside hand up toward the ceiling, come back down, and then switch legs. Lift that inside hand up again. We're just going to keep switching back and forth from hand to hand. Good. We've done 2 exercises to help open up the hips and relax the adductors a little bit. Now we're going to get into a lateral lunge. Hopefully we can get a little bit of depth on this after we've done the last 2 exercises. So the lateral lunge, again, same idea as the split squat where you kept that heel on the ground. We're going to do the same thing with this exercise. So as Maura steps out to the side here, she's going to shift all of her weight to one side and then stand back up. We're going to do 10 on one side, then we're going to do 10 on the other. Every time she steps out, we're going to make sure that both feet stay nice and flat on the ground the whole time. As soon as we're done with the lateral lunges, then we're going to get into some single leg exercises, and this is how we're going to finish off the warm-up. So the first single leg exercise we're going to do is a single leg RDL. Single leg RDL is very similar to regular RDL. Except that we're just taking that one leg out of the equation, focusing on balance a little bit more. So as Maura comes down into her RDL, you can see that she's going to keep her back leg nice and straight here. We want that nice straight line from the shoulders all the way through the hips, through the back leg, and then she's going to come back up. As she moves up and down, you can see her body moves like a seesaw. As the shoulders go down, feet go up, and vice versa. Sweeps are going to be a really good exercise to work on the abductors of the hip. So she's going to work on a little bit of lateral movement and control of lateral movement here. She's going to lift the leg straight out in front of her, and then from there she's going to swing it all the way around the back. The key here, as you watch her swing around the back there, you see that she keeps her leg locked out the entire time. You can do these forward, backwards, or switch back and forth between directions as she's starting to do right now. Again, like I said, that main focus though is to make sure that that knee that is moving around the side is staying locked out straight the entire time. We're going to finish up with some single leg rotations. I like to equate this to the golf swing on one leg. So what we're gonna have Maura do is start off on that one leg. She'll bring her arms out to the side nice and wide. We get a slight bend in the hip here. We don't want to be folded completely in half coming all the way down here. Just a slight bend in the hip, almost like you would have at your address position. And then from there, she's going to keep her eyes focused on one spot. She's going to rotate as far as she can in one direction and then back in the other. You can see that her shoulders are both moving at the same time. She's keeping her shoulder blades pinched together the entire time with a nice straight line from hand to hand. She's also keeping that back leg nice and straight like we did when we were doing the single leg RDLs. So this will be the exercise that she finishes off with. We're going to do about 10 rotations on each side and finish up with that, and then you can go off and start hitting some balls. If you guys have any questions about this warm-up, or if you want to know anything else about our golf training program, contact us at info@olympiafitnessri.com.